Hey everyone from SegaCrew, this is EG here. I'm about to perform a TMNT Hyperstone Heist for y'all. And with me on comms is Jake Rock. Jake, say hello to everyone.
Hey, SEGATHON, how are we doing today?
All right, so before we get this run started, this will be done on hard mode. Um, we have back attack off because it's a weak attack in case the enemy's attack us from behind. We don't want that to happen. Throwing us off for a bit. And I want to get like a kind of like a little vote in chat, guys. Would you like to see the run in anime or comic? So if you want anime, type in anime. If you want comic, type in comic, and then I'll just do the game under that format. So who wants comic and who wants anime, guys? Let's see some
Comic
animes.
votes rolling in. Ooh, comic is taking over. Comic, baby. All right, I think chat has spoken.
All right, you guys want comic? You're gonna get it. All right, so all the settings are in place. So on a count of 3, I will start, and Jake Rock will take it from there. So let me get to the player select screen and focus on Raph. All right, and now, yeah, we'll just do it from here. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Take it, Jake.
All right, I hope everyone's ready for some Hot Turtles action here. So time actually officially starts at the start of character control here, but we'll give a few seconds credit to ZG for that one. So yeah, oh man, look at those comic colors. That's fantastic. So right off the bat, you're gonna see him rolling from side to side and bashing foot left and right. That is the flip tackle, and it is the strongest move in the game. Raph is the only turtle in the game that can one-shot foot soldiers. So we are going to be abusing that as much as possible. The second attack that he's going to be doing, that you're going to see a lot, kind of as a backup or a crowd control type of strat, is this shoulder bash. So if he can't align himself correctly to get the flip tackle going, he's going to be resorting to the shoulder bash there, and that will get the job done. That's going to take 2 hits though, instead of the one with the flip tackle. We've got some Roadkill Rodneys coming in. There's a few waves of these. Actually, more waves of enemies in hard than any other category. That's the main difference. So some other differences we'll cover in a little bit, but mostly the amount of enemies that the game throws at you is the main difference in hard mode. We've just got a few more foot soldiers to clear out here, and we're going to be out of the sewers and onto the streets. There we go. Nice sewer. All right, so we are above ground now. We've got a few more enemies that we're going to see here in this level. I'm going to start with kind of controlling the screen like we do. The other attacks that we're going to see in this game too are going to be a flying kick attack, which goes side to side, or a sliding kick attack, or just a slide attack. Both of those are pretty good backups as well, and if we have a group of enemies all on one side of the screen, you might see ZG resort to that attack if you can't line up the flip tackle. So after these guys, and we're going to see a few other manhole covers here too. That's good. We've got these kind of yellow kunai throwing foot, and we're going to take them out before we even see a kunai. And we get a power up. This is the only power up in the entire run here. We'll see that's another difference in the difficulties of the game. We see a lot more power ups and pizzas in easier difficulties of the game, but that's the only time we're going to see that. So, hope you enjoyed it. All right, another manhole cover knocked back here, and taking care of some foot. We got another wave here, and we're going to be back in the sewers. And there it is. Let's go. All right, so we've got a few enemies coming up here, and then, yeah, actually, we got a bit before the pizza monsters show up, so gonna take out these foot. Again, whenever we can use that flip tackle, it just saves a ton of time. There's a lot of waves to this game, so it's just incredible when people know the game as well as ZG does. There you see the flying kick to control that whole group of foot soldiers off to the right, to plan where to get the best movement out of Raph. So it's just a lot of fun to see that. These beat 'em ups take a ton of just inputs and finesse movement. So it's a very impressive type of run. Here we got some Pizza Monsters. This is really kind of an auto-scroller section. There's really nothing we can do to speed that up. It doesn't matter if you kill him or not. You do get 3 points if you do kill him. So if we wanted to farm some points for future lives, they give 3 points instead of just a standard 1. So that's nice. 1-ups in this game happen after the first 100, and then every 200 after that. So a little bit different than other Turtles games that just reward lives every 200. Got a few more waves afoot here, and then we're going to be on to our first boss, which is Leatherhead. So on Leatherhead, we're going to be trying to do 4 hits, and he's going to be moving after 4 hits. We're going to try to do Flying Kick, but there's a few. So we got 3 Flying Kicks and a Super. We got a few Flying Kicks and a Slide. Flying Kicks there. And we're just going to go side to side. That was an excellent Leatherhead fight. It was great movement. The positioning of Leatherhead is pretty difficult to get so that he doesn't run you over when he starts moving. So great job by ZG on that fight. And we are on to another auto-scroller. We got Raph doing the hoverboard action here, taking out some foot. I'm just gonna be quiet and listen to this jam for a little bit because this is one of my favorite tracks in this game. I love this tune. So the question mark pizza boxes just give us a few points toward extra life there. We got a few like environmental. Oh great! Oh no, his toe, his poor toe. I think ZG was trying to give us that. And he knew everyone wanted that. There is a death abuse that if we weren't playing on hard mode, we might consider taking at the end. So if you take a death on the last wave of foot, you can actually save, I think, about 50 frames, which is just over a second. But we're gonna not do that for this one. We're gonna just position ourselves to the right here and jump onto this pirate ship. You'll see, this game kind of is a little bit of a greatest hits of there's some like Turtles in Time stuff in here. There's some references to the arcade game, but then obviously it definitely does its own thing as well. One thing I didn't mention about the movement is you're gonna see the dash, and the dash is really used for most of the movement sets that ZG is doing. So like the flip tackle, the slide, the flying kick, all start out with the dash, and you might say, well, oh my gosh, that's a lot of double tapping. Well, no, it's not, because there's a dedicated dash button in this game. If you've never played it, it is a glorious thing. So yeah, the C button on the controller, or whatever button you assign, I guess in options, or have that tied to, does a 1-button dash, which is fantastic. So that's really what enables a lot of this movement to go so quickly. And if you play a lot of this game, it can be a little disorienting, or I certainly miss it when I go to other Turtles games, not having the 1-button dash attack. Run this game a little bit co-op with co-op partner Space Coast Gaming. It's a great 2-player run as well. Definitely recommend it. Of course, whatever other turtle is going to be in the run is not going to be as good as Raph, but each other turtle kind of has their own special thing too. So you see ZG kind of dive right into those barrels, and he didn't get flattened by them. That's because he was doing a shoulder bash attack, which gets iframes. So something you can do to avoid traps is the shoulder bash, or the slide attack also has iframes. It's gonna take care of these rock soldiers. Oh, maybe a start button RNG manip or something there. No, I think that was an accident, but that's okay. We'll call it an intentional RNG manip. And then we jump right from the pirate ship, of course, into a cave. I guess we'll allow it. So we're gonna take out A few more enemies here. There are some other environmental things going on in the caves, some stalactites that are going to try to get us. Going to take out a bunch of those enemies with the box of dynamite that someone just left out there. Those stalactites that I'm talking about. Ideally, the setup for the rock soldiers, and you'll see it probably in the next wave of rock soldiers, we'll try to do a kind of a standing super attack, which is your kind of jump and attack combo, and then followed by flying kicks is really what works great on those rock soldiers. Much needed pizza. What are everyone's favorite pizza toppings in here? Let's get some conversation. Turtles games are always great to start talking about people's favorite pizzas. All right, and with that, there we go. We see the stun attack of the our special attack there, and then take out some slides. These guys are just gonna get on the right side of the screen and then clean up a little bit there. The flying kick is just phenomenal for crowd control. Take out a few with the flip tackle there, a few more, and we're gonna be on to Rocksteady. So Rocksteady is probably one of the worst bosses in this entire game. He's got a few different attacks he can do with the charge, a gun, and then bombs. So we're gonna try to get 3 hits on Rocksteady so he can pull out the gun, and then a few more hits. Got a nice damage on Rocksteady there. All right, he's gonna charge here. Again, the positioning of where you are in Rocksteady's sprite is super important. We're trying to get like just above or below Rocksteady's sprite. I'd say that was a very good Rocksteady fight, so good job, ZG. I'm sure he's pretty happy with that. Rocksteady's one of those bosses that you can kind of get trolled by, and he can really embarrass you if he wants to. So we'll see him later. But right now we've got to go into the hideout here. So this level is one that you'll mostly notice, kind of original type of stage or action from other Turtles games. We do have the dojo. That's kind of maybe a call out to the NES arcade Ninja Turtles 2. But we'll see a boss on this level too that doesn't make really any appearance. I think maybe he's got one other appearance in another Turtles game, but certainly an underused boss in Turtles games. We'll get to him in a little bit. Ooh, we got a perfect 3-shot on the Roadkill Rodneys with the flip tackle there. That's fantastic. You love to see that. We're gonna take out these fire breathers. We're gonna see a few more fire breathers come on the stage in a little bit, but that's really the only group that we absolutely kind of have to take out. Knock back that cement tile back into those guys. That always feels good when you get a group with that tile. There's a few more of those, and we can kind of let those fire breathers go because we've got other enemies to deal with. And those white guys kind of blocked the tile there. That was rude. They can block normal attacks as well, the white foot soldiers, but the shoulder bash is pretty much a guaranteed hit. So that's a great one to land on those guys. All right, just controlling these guys back and forth, and we're out and into the dojo. Dojo is a very scary stage. There are multiple traps in this level. We'll talk about them as we get to them. It does give you a little bit of environmental stuff to do with the candles if we hit those guys. We got spikes in the ceiling here, so we don't want to do any jump attacks. That'll absolutely wreck you. We keep it mostly on the ground for Raph's moveset too. Here we got spikes coming out of the floor, and these things are just awful. If you get knocked around by these, you can really just get caught in a bad pattern. Great job getting through that. You got to be a little bit patient to deal with those. This is a room where we would get a power-up if we were playing on an easier difficulty, one of those rolling power-up attacks, but we've got to just do it manual. ZG does a great job clearing that. And then we got some more foot to deal with. They're just coming out in droves. Everyone's showing up for this run. More fire breathers we can ignore. Don't need to worry about those guys at all. Hyperstone that guy with the candle there. It's nice. And then yeah, great movement. Like once the foot kind of like encroaches you a little bit, it can be kind of hard to do that shoulder bash, because that's actually a dash immediately into a attack. And if you don't have the real estate to work with, it can be kind of tricky. So ZG kind of preloaded this room to get rid of some of the enemies before he continued, and that's because these lasers are just crazy annoying. Another thing that goes on in the hard difficulty is the timing of the traps is much faster than in easier categories, so it's very easy to get caught in those lasers. So that's why he wanted to preload as many foot before he triggered that. Now we're on to the boss of the game, which is Tatsu. You'd remember from the second movie. Tatsu's got a very similar pattern to what we wanted to do with Leatherhead, in that we get 4 hits per side, so we're just gonna spam the screen. We do have these other foot on the screen here, but we can kind of largely ignore them. And the one benefit that we have with Tatsu is that he automatically repositions himself to Raph's position where we want to get hits on him. So that's very kind of you, Tatsu. He's gonna have some very slow dialogue. Takes the longest to say master in the history of language, and then that opens up the next stage for us. Cowabunga! Let's go. Alright, so another thing we don't see very often in Turtles games is what we get in this level right here, which is a boss rush. We're going to see all of the bosses from the stages that we just finished, plus another boss that you'll recognize. But first, pizza monsters. So I hope the pizza discussion is going well in chat here. I hope everyone's agreeing on their favorite topics, what does and doesn't belong on pizza. Gonna farm some points here. Again, this is a section that we don't really need to kill these guys to make move faster, but why not? I mean, really. I don't know who ordered these xenomorph-looking pizza monsters, but here we are. All right. So we're on to Leatherhead again. Same type of thing as before, 4 hits. The bosses do have a little bit extra health, so it's going to be just a little different than what we saw before. Okay, we got 4 hits in there, and he went into throw mode there. Oh, good jump out of there. I was worried he was going to get caught, but he was able to get out of it. And we got a right side kill, which is great, because then we can move right on. All of these bosses, if we can get right side kills, that would be best case scenario. Again, Rocksteady, just got to be patient. Great job waiting for the gun there and repositioning right where yeah, perfect job getting out there. He did great damage on that one. It's not uncommon to take a death on Rocksteady, and there it is. I thought for a second he was gonna do it. That's actually okay, because really we want a full bar of health for the final fight of this stage anyway, because it's gonna heavily involve our special attack, which uses health. First we've got Tatsu. Same kind of deal here. We're gonna get a few. Oh, he's being a little squirrely here. All right, and we're gonna reposition. Like the flying kick is a little broken right now. There's 4 hits there, and should be one more cycle here. There it is. All right, so Tatsu's gonna slowly walk around and explode, and then we're on to Baxter Stockman, our Moser dropping friend. So he's set up in the middle here, and we're going to start with some specials right away. Again, this does take health, so this is another spot where we could potentially see a death, which is going to be potentially intentional here to refill and allow him to special again. We can do these jumping kicks to help get a little bit of control and also hit Baxter, clear out some Mausers so that it's easier to position. It's a good attack. It just doesn't do quite as much damage as the specials. But now we're low on health. You know, Baxter's low on health, so we're just gonna finish it out with the jumping kicks here. Oh, it's getting dicey. Oh, whatever. There's so many Mosers on screen. Good job, ZG. Yeah, you'd hate to see a death. You know, when Baxter's down to one bar there. It also saves a little bit of time in the run to be low on health as you clear a boss, because health bar does count down at the end of every level. So it's a good strat to save a little bit of time. All right, on to the final stage of the game, the Technodrome. We've got a few boss battles in this one as well, but we'll get to that in a little bit. First, we've got, you know, kind of the rollout of all the bosses that or all the enemy types that we've seen before. They're all coming back to say hi to us. All sorts of foot. We got the Mausers, we got the Rock Soldiers. Even got some new ones here. You'll remember these robots, right? Everyone remembers those guys. All right, take out this group of foot. Some more Mausers, another wave, and then we'll be moving on. The slides and flying kick are great for crowd control on the Mausers. You can see you don't need a whole lot there to take care of that. All right, Rock Soldiers kind of had the stun, and then made good work of the Rock Soldiers there. Some more robots. Again, those robots can really get squirrely if you don't take them out right away. They can shoot those laser rings or energy rings and get you trapped up in that. So good job avoiding that. Getting those cleared out real quick. And then we're back to some fantastic flip tackle action. They just keep coming. After playing, you know, all of the difficulty modes in this game, it's just like it's daunting how many enemy waves this category throws at you. Oh, they're coming out of the chutes now. Just crazy. And why not? We got some more too. All right. So now we're gonna get them teleporting in. We've got a few more waves to deal with here. Again, that back and forth shoulder bash in close quarters is really like the bread and butter backup of the run. Here we got the Freezy Pops. I don't know, that's not the actual name here, but you'll see he's trying to stay to the bottom side of the screen so that he's kind of loaded all those traps in, and hopefully can take him out. There we go. So it should be good just to finish out the foot here. If you make use of the rest of the screen, those things can keep on popping up on you. Great flip tackle action right there, back and forth. The timing is just fantastic. Got some wrecking balls coming in. Nice job to avoid those. Again, those are ones that you can potentially slide or shoulder bash through, but you can also position yourself so that you'll miss their sprites, like you did there. Now that flying kick in full effect there, controlling those Rock Soldiers, just fantastic. So these lasers, like the dojo lasers, can be very problematic. Gonna require, you can see ZG using some patience there to wait out the window of attack there, but these foot are not being kind to him at all. All right, there it is, and he's got a little bit of health here, which he might use some specials. I think we're gonna get 6 hits on Krang, and then he's gonna kind of go side to side like we've seen other bosses do. I think this is a series of normal and special hits. We're gonna go right to flying kicks. All right, and then to the side. That's fantastic. I think we got some fast strats on display here. Oh, we missed some kicks here. We don't want to see rockets. Hopefully we can get this finished out with. Okay. This is a little bit of a time loss. We didn't want to see this phase. Should have just taken another hit or two, and he should be done. Oh, Krang is just trolling now. All right, it was 2 more hits, and that was it. So he was so close. All right, so now that Krang's done, he's gonna make his escape, and then we're gonna go on to the elevator. We're getting close to the end game here. Of course, wouldn't be a legendary beat 'em up game if we didn't have an elevator level. So, gotta get it in. And what better place than the Technodrome? So there's going to be a few waves of enemies coming out of every door. I'm going to be relying on the flip tackle and then the flying kicks mostly to take care of them. Ideally, if the AI cooperates, you love to see those grouped up and you can get multiple enemy kills on the flip tackles. It doesn't always happen like that, so then we resort to just doing whatever we can to get rid of the enemies. We got some rolling roadkill Rodneys coming up here. Yep, there's a great first hit out of the gate there, and again on the next group of two. That was a great screen. And then we've got one more set of doors here before we're going to see something kind of odd. We'll get to that in a bit. Get some Mausers to clear out first. Again, the slides and flying kicks work out great there. So now we're going to see the foot. Oh, wait, we got one more set of doors. Yep, okay. All right. I was getting ahead of myself a little bit. We got some more foot. There we go. Oh, that guy was spoiling that beautiful flip tackle. I thought he was going to get that one too. All right, now the foot are going to just start popping out of the ground. Why not? So if you're able to clear these guys out super fast, you can actually save an elevator door here. But ZG did a great job clearing out those guys on the elevator, and we're on to Super Shredder. So time's going to end on the last bit of health disappearing from Super Shredder. We're going to hope for mostly blue patterns, but fire patterns are okay too. As ZG can get through the fire by using some of the iframes that we talked about. But the blue shot just kind of goes up and away from us. Yeah, just like that. Thanks for demonstrating that, Shredder. Yeah, more blue, please. All right, there we go. We got fire, and he's going to slide through that, and then you use those flying kicks. All right, ZG wisely picking his spots here on Super Shredder. Slide, and one more hit. Time. All right, great run, ZG. We've defeated Shredder and saved New York yet again. And we get to see the full finale of the game here. Only given when you complete hard mode. Fantastic run.
Thank you very much, Jake. Yeah, so this is definitely one of my favorite games to run, guys, amongst others. But I have run other Turtle games as well, but this one is my most favorite just for the fact that it does have a run button. And the fact that you could just fly smoothly with Raph compared to the other Turtles is ridiculous. You just love one-shotting enemies? It's like beautiful.
It's so good. And Raph's got his own category because of that.
All right. With that, I just want to thank Jake Rock for doing a lovely commentary on this game.
Pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for having me, ZG. Been awesome to see all of the runs on Retrothon this weekend. So great job, all the runners, and great job, ZG.
Thanks. All right. So I guess Faust is ready for some Wolverine's Adamantium Rage. Am I correct? All right, guys. I'll see you guys during the Disney block, and let's continue to have a great. Let's finish off this nice SEGAthon today. Take care.